Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Tiffany. I am a certified birth and postpartum doula, so that means that I support women and their families on their journey from conception to postpartum. If you have not had a chance yet, please check out my website at www.nurturebytiff.com, where you can check out my doula services, my childbirth education courses, and you can check out my blogs. So I have been following these stories here lately where they are talking about maternity wards closing down, and that is a very scary thing. So it's actually been trickling down, I want to say, since like maybe 2017, but it's becoming more and more prominent, more and more common. And there's so many different reasons behind why maternity wards are closing. There are a lot of issues as far as like reimbursement when it comes to insurance, especially when dealing with like Medicaid. They do not want to reimburse these providers for the care that they are giving women during the whole, process. And so it's also not broken down. Like, say for instance, they get, they get reimbursed for the prenatal care or the prenatal visits that the patients will have. They for the labor, delivery, and postpartum, I think, in which it covers up to like maybe 60 days, but I think they may have extended it up to a year. But all of it is considered one thing, so it's not one separate thing. So the whole 9 months they get reimbursed just one specific thing. They're also talking about how a lot of OBGYNs are experiencing burnout. And burnout is real. I can attest to that myself. You can, in healthcare, I think in any job, you have a tendency or the possibility of experiencing burnout. But going into the field of OBGYN and that type of care, you're on call, all the time. You can't have like a set schedule. Like, if your patient or patients, go into labor, you're having to get up in the middle of the night and go and, be there to attend the births. And then on top of that, you may have a schedule where you work in the office as well. So you have that, you're on call on weekends. So it's just a lot that goes along with that. There are also just not a lot of people who, when they go to medical school, they're just not choosing OBGYN care to go into. And a lot of the OBGYNs now that we do have, they have reached retirement age. They're getting ready to retire. They're leaving the workforce. A lot of them are choosing to really go into just the GYN aspect of it, because like I said, they were speaking about how OB, the obstetrics part, does not, reimburse them, and not making enough money. And let's be real. Healthcare is about money. It is about money. The insurance companies are about money. They don't care, honestly, about outcomes. They don't care about giving, providers and people who work in these fields the money that they're worth for the work that they do. I was reading something about a maternity ward that closed in Alabama, and the OBGYN was talking about how with one patient they got reimbursed and they were given like $1,000, but you had like an orthopedic specialist who performed a surgery for 1 hour of that time. He was able to get, or that surgeon or whatever, he was reimbursed over almost like $2,000. So you're getting $1,000 for 9 months worth of care, when you have another specialist that's getting more than that for an hour of care, if that makes sense. There's a lot of like malpractice suits that go along with obstetrics. They get sued a lot more than other, specialties and other providers do, given the type of care that they give to clients and give to people. There's a lot of risk involved in bringing a life into this world, and so yes, they have to deal with high levels of being sued. It's disheartening, because there are already maternity deserts. There's already places where women are not able to go. They miss prenatal appointments because they live so far away from their doctor's offices. They live more than 30 minutes. Some live an hour and a half away. They're not able to make it to their prenatal visits. When they go into labor, you have to figure out how to make it to doctor's appointments there, and they're missing key things that they need to help them, throughout their pregnancy journey. They are offering like more telemedicine, more telehealth to kind of help with these, you know, disparities. But it's just, it's really sad. It's making me wonder where pregnancy care or maternity care is going. They're also saying that one of the reasons why maternity wards were closing is because you're seeing less and less people getting pregnant and choosing to become pregnant and have children. And in this society, in this day and time, I'm not going to say that I'm seeing that, because I see a lot of pregnant people. I work with women that are, you know, pregnant right now. Like, I see a lot of my clients. So I'm not going to say that I've seen a decrease in pregnant women in births. But the research shows that there is a decline, and I can say that more women are choosing not to have babies for this very reason. They already have something called tocophobia, where they're scared of childbirth. Like, they've seen the mortality rates and what's going on, and how women, especially black women, are dying while giving birth or after they've given birth. So they have this fear. They're like, I'm not going to put myself into that. You have women who, you know, are choosing to be single or remain single. They don't want to bring children into this world, you know, not having a partner. The financial aspect of raising children is very expensive. Children cost money. Holy smokes, they cost money. So there is, you know, I can see how they're saying that the rates of women that are, you know, giving birth and having children are decreasing, and so that is also creating a, you know, reason for these maternity wards to close. And I saw something so crazy, and I'm not trying to talk bad about Florida, but y'all be having some crazy stuff going on in Florida like all the time. But I saw something there where they were allowing providers to do C-sections outside of a hospital setting, in like outpatient. Y'all, I feel like we're taking a huge step back into the times like before. You know, I was under the impression, or the impression was given, that when they made people go to school and get these certifications and these degrees, it was supposed to be because we needed to do things properly. Women are still dying. They're still coming up with these crazy rules and regulations in regards to childbirth, in regards to pregnancy. It's just, I just feel like we're taking a step backwards, and it scares me to know that it is a possibility where they will be performing, you know, C-sections outside of a hospital setting. I mean, what if an emergency happens? It's not the same as going in for a regular outpatient surgery. Like, you're literally making an incision into a human body and taking a human out of someone. I just don't see how that's beneficial, that's helpful. But this is something that they have been talking about, you know, and they've signed off on it, if I'm not mistaken. It's just, as someone who is passionate about birth work and little people, I'm just so concerned about where we're headed as a nation when it comes to women and birth. It's scary to look at. It's scary to see. Yeah, but I just want to get on here and talk about, you know, the fact that maternity wards are closing, and I never thought that I would see or hear something like that. You know, I've been in OB/GYN care for the longest, and it's, you know, in one of the reports that I was reading, the doctor, she worked at the hospital in Alabama where the ward was closing, and she said she just cried. You know, it's scary. It's scary. So yeah, I just want to get on here and share that. What are your thoughts on this? Do you even care? But yeah, so I just want to get on here, and as always, comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.